And Jogbert was so eager to protect. All that will try and curl this one in again. It's not a bad one to make the challenge. Schweinsteiger and Muller has it. Schweinsteiger, and they have the numbers here, and a real opportunity. The goal. Terrific counter.
If you're watching this round of 32 match, you're likely in one of two groups. You're either here for the blowout everyone expects, or you're a tactical optimizer waiting for a calculated ambush. On the surface, the numbers favor a rout. Germany holds a top 10 FIFA ranking and carries the weight of 4 World Cup titles into every minute of play. Paraguay, meanwhile, is ranked in the top 60. Their deepest run in this tournament ended in a quarter-final more than a decade ago. This match features a direct stylistic collision. Germany's high-octane offensive engine running straight into Paraguay's physical counter-attacking block. That wide gap in traditional rankings often lures a favorite into overextending. Germany's pressure to dominate creates the exact tactical space Paraguay needs to spring a defensive trap, which can quickly render those historic rankings irrelevant. Julian Nagelsmann has built his team to hunt in packs. We saw the result in the group stage, where Germany's relentless pressure produced a 7-goal explosion against Curaçao. Jamal Musiala is the technical engine of that attack. His ability to navigate tight spaces in the final third makes him Germany's primary creative threat. He is supported by Florian Wirtz. Their partnership is designed to maintain high possession and generate constant, high-value scoring sequences. To counter that, Gustavo Alfaro and Daniel Garnero have implemented a system focused on structural discipline. Their 1-0 win over Turkey proved they can survive heavy pressure, waiting for a single opening. Miguel Almiron is the focal point for that transition. He provides pace and long ball control to turn a defensive stop into a lethal counterattack. The conflicting momentum of these two teams sets up a distinct battle of styles. Germany's proactive total attack against Paraguay's reactive grind and counter. Nagelsmann's strategy relies on a defensive line pushed nearly to the center circle. This keeps the opponent's attackers pinned deep in their own half. Antonio Rudiger anchors that high line. His recovery speed is what allows the German midfield to commit so many players forward to press the ball. This chart compares attacking third entries to goals per transition. It shows that Germany's success is built on high volume pressure rather than a few isolated breaks. But look at the trade-off. Every yard Germany gains in the offensive third leaves a corresponding yard of open grass behind their defense for an opponent to exploit. Any unforced error in the German midfield during a transition immediately turns into a one-on-one foot race against the goalkeeper. Germany's system trades defensive security for offensive volume. Without near-perfect execution in their passing, that trade can become a disaster. Paraguay counters this by dropping 9 men behind the ball into a hyper-compact low block. They're willing to yield 70% of the possession if it means denying Germany the space to run behind them. Julio Enciso serves as a vital pressure release valve. Alongside Almiron, he gives Paraguay a secondary way to move the ball out of the German press. This chart maps effort against impact. Germany occupies the high-effort zone, while Paraguay produces high impact with minimal movement, frustrating playmakers. The risk is timing. If Paraguay yields an early goal, their position drops instantly. They're forced to move forward, dismantling their reactive game plan. Paraguay's strategy relies on keeping the game scoreless for as long as possible. They are betting that their patience will eventually force Germany into a high-stakes transition error. To completely disrupt Germany's passing rhythm, Paraguay will intentionally commit calculated, physical, tactical fouls across the central midfield. These challenges slow the pace of the match and provide Paraguay with high-value opportunities from attacking free kicks. However, a physical approach like this can be self-destructive. Accumulating early yellow cards risks a red card that would leave the defense completely exposed. This isn't a new dynamic for these teams. In the 2010 World Cup, Germany barely survived a similarly grueling quarterfinal, winning by a single goal. While history doesn't dictate the future, Paraguay has a documented ability to neutralize technical European teams through sheer persistence. They will look to their physical center backs to turn any dead ball situation into a scoring chance. Tactical fouls and set pieces effectively level the playing field. They shift the match away from Germany's open play dominance and toward a series of isolated 50-50 dead ball situations. We can analyze this match through two primary game states. There is a 60% probability that Germany finds an early goal. If that happens, Paraguay must abandon their defensive block. That turns the match into an open showcase, where Germany's technical depth can take over. The second scenario is a scoreless draw at halftime, which carries a 40% probability. This comparison of expected goals shows the shift in advantage. A prolonged 0-0 draw validates Paraguay's patient approach and increases the importance of their set-piece efficiency. We already have evidence of this vulnerability: Germany's 2-1 loss to Ecuador in the group stage. In that match, Manuel Neuer and the backline struggled to manage direct physical pressure from a South American opponent. That defeat to Ecuador confirms that physical pressure is Germany's most significant weakness, making the threat of a scoreless second half very real. We have to balance Germany's vulnerability against their bench depth, which allows them to bring on fresh creative talent late in the game. Considering those factors, our prediction is a tight 2-1 Germany victory, likely requiring a late breakthrough to overcome Paraguay's discipline. The match at Gillette Stadium will only increase the physical toll on both squads as the knockout pressure mounts. For those watching, the choice comes down to which strategy you trust more. Do you put your faith in Germany's technical playmakers, or are you betting on Paraguay to execute a defensive ambush? Let us know your exact score prediction in the comments.